Hi everyone, back Mr. Atkinson back again to read the next chapter of The London Eye Mystery. Chapter 20, Eavesdropping. Cat curled up on the lilo and went to sleep. The house went quiet. Cat made a funny lapping noise like a dog drinking water. I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking of Salim, seeing his face with his lips turned up, fading in and out of the spokes of the London Eye. Then I remembered him saying I looked like a cool dude and telling me that he got lonely. The boy on the slab, the boy on the train, Salim or not Salim. I switched on the desk light. Cat didn't wake. She just moaned and turned over. I got my weather system book off my desk and looked at the photo of Cat and me on the bridge as taken by Salim. I don't know much about photos, but I could see it was a good photo, not like the kind I'd take, because the lines around our faces were sharp and we were exactly in the middle of the shot. A small strip of the eye's wheel came up from my shoulder, with 7 of the 32 pods shining in the sunlight. I put the photo back in its hiding place, between the chapters on cyclones and anticyclones. I thought, cyclones go anti-clockwise, anticyclones go clockwise. That's if you're in the northern hemisphere. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the other way round. It's like water whirling down a plug hole. In the northern hemisphere, it whooshes anti-clockwise, in the south, clockwise. I realised that the same is true of the London Eye. I'd always thought of it as going anti-clockwise. If you look at it from the south bank of the river, that's how it goes. But, a big but, if you look at it from the north bank, it goes clockwise. Whirlwinds and wheels, clockwise or anti-clockwise, depending on how you look at it. Nematodes, such as earthworms, male or female, depending on how you look at it. Then there's Dad's favourite saying, a glass, half empty or half full, depending on how you look at it. I scratched my head. Depending on how you look at it. The same object can be or do opposite things at once. I remembered a picture Cat had once showed me of a waterfall. Only the way it was painted, it looked as if the water was flowing upwards. Perhaps this was a clue to Salim's disappearance. Perhaps Cat and I were looking at the things the wrong way up or the wrong way round. I got excited then, because I'm good at looking at things differently. When I was little, I once drew an egg as 3 rings. The shell, the white and the yolk. It looked like the planet Saturn, and the teacher at school said it was a very unusual way to draw an egg. She said I'd drawn it in cross-section, as if I had X-ray eyes and could see straight through it. I tried to look at Salim riding the pod in his pod with X-ray eyes, but I could only see figures in the pool. Dark shadows turning to have their souvenir photo taken. So next I picked up the souvenir shop. After Aunt Gloria had tossed it on the floor earlier, and the police had said they didn't want it, I'd taken it back up to my desk. I studied the African women, the big white-haired man, the fat couple and their children, the Japanese tourists. All I could see of the girl in the pink jacket who'd stood near us in the queue was her arm, waving at the camera above the other people. I could not see her boyfriend, nor the tall blonde woman with the grey-haired man who was shorter than her. It had been a crowded pod. Not everyone had fitted into the picture. Salim might have been at the back somewhere behind the shoulders and the cluttered bodies. I tried to look in between the torsos with X-ray eyes, but it was grey, murky shadow. Tiny dots, nothing more. I pushed it away. I got up and crept downstairs to the kitchen. I knew where Mum kept the salt and vinegar crisps in, and I needed some. I took 2 packets out and crept back into the hallway. I paused. The living room door was ajar and I could hear Aunt Gloria's voice. I decided to listen in case there was a clue. Maybe Aunt Gloria knew something that she didn't realise she knew, but if I heard it, I would be able to see the significance. Mum's told me it's wrong to eavesdrop on people. Eavesdropping is a strange word. Eaves are the parts of roofs that project over the walls. The only thing that drops from them is rainwater, and rainwater cannot hear. Cat eavesdrops all the time. She lurks in the hallway when Mum and Dad are talking about serious matters such as school reports. And if I tell her it's wrong to do this, she hisses at me to get lost. But tonight I decided to eavesdrop myself. I hate waiting, Aunt Gloria was saying. I know you do, it was Rashid. Patience, and you, they don't go. We should call in the press, Rashid, like Inspector Pearce says. Not yet, Gloria. I don't want our private affairs all over the place. There you go again, always caring about what other people think. Why does it matter? What matters is Salim. OK, Gloria, we'll call the press tomorrow if Salim isn't found by then. There was a pause. I heard a groan and the sofa creaking. I'd do anything just to know Salim was alive, somewhere, anywhere, unharmed, she said. He is, trust me, I feel it in my bones. I hope your bones are right, said Aunt Gloria. Oh, Rashid, if he comes back safe, let's be in touch more. It hasn't been good for him, our never talking. Why are you taking him to New York, then? I nearly put an injunction on you. You didn't. I did. You never told me what you were planning. I only learned about it from Salim. But I need the money, Rashid. I pay you every month, don't I? As we agreed. It's not enough. I need a good salary too. Why? To pay for all your clothes? The voices were getting louder again. I edged backwards towards the stairs. You can rise up as far in your profession as you want, Aunt Gloria said. Why can't I? You're impossible, Gloria. You only ever think of yourself. That's a lie. I'm the one who looks after Salim, day in, day out. He's lived with me all his life. He's mine. He goes where I go. Salim, Rashid said, is Salim. He doesn't belong to either of us. There was a pause. I stood still. The sofa creaked again. You're right, Aunt Gloria said. If anything happens to Salim, you say you'd never forgive me, but I'd never forgive myself. Her voice wobbled as if she was going to cry. I crept up the first stair. Don't blame yourself, Gloria, Rashid said. Then I heard him groan. Salim asked me something the last time he visited me. What? He asked if he could come to live with me. I don't believe it. He did. Never. Impossible. I don't know if he meant it, but he did ask. What did you say? I said that I was too busy every day at the surgery, that he was better off with his mother, that he should go to New York. It was a fine city. I said no. I didn't even sit down and talk to him about it. He asked just as I was rushing out to a patient. I turned a deaf ear to him, Gloria. Oh, Rashid, don't you start. I can't stand to see grown men cry. Rustles, chokes, sighs, and I guessed what came next. My hair stood on end. They were kissing. From the sound of it, it was the long tongue-like eels kind that Kat told me about a couple of years back. She says they do that in the movies, when their cheeks move about. That they do it in the school corridors when the teachers aren't looking. The mum and dad do it when we're not looking. My mum threatens us with weird punishments sometimes. If I forget to change my school shirt 3 days running, she'll yank it off me, screech at the state of the collar and threaten to hang me on the washing line by my toenails if I forget to change it next time. She's joking, you realise. But if you were to ask me, what would I prefer, being hung from a washing line by my toenails or having to be kissed by somebody like Aunt Gloria, I know which I would choose. The washing line. Every time. I fled upstairs as fast as I could. I'd had enough eavesdropping for one night. Okay, thank you for listening. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're enjoying the sunshine. See you next time. Bye.